Look, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I have no idea how, as a coach, I've learned to speak Macedonian, Serbian, Bulgarian, Croatian, Bosnian, Montenegrin, Albanian, and Slovenian. I can barely remember Spanish. I took 4 years of that in high school. This is where we stand now. This is the start of season 10. It's going to be the last season here in Vardar, and we've had a really good career. I will be the first to admit it. We've had some highs. We've had some very good highs. We've also had some very low lows. This offseason, I was asked to interview by Sheffield United, which I turned down because Macedonian football is my bread and butter. As you can see here, we have played a few games already. We're going to get here. Well, you know what? Let's go here to the transfer window first. Release player-wise, Vladan Evevsky, Sasko Jovanov, Viktor Alisovsky, Eraldo Bakaj, Oliver Petrov, and Marjan Pavlevsky all left on freeze. Alexovsky was probably the most disappointing one. I had him ranked as an A player, and just for whatever reason, he never really turned in anything. On the free transfers, Marjan Fazulu went out. He went to Tikfest on a free. Loan deals, Dragan Georgievsky, Ive Kitanovsky, and Nikola Vilkovsky all went out on loans. And then the cash and clause transfers, we've been a little active. Alexander Treskov comes with some Scoopy for 825,000 euros. A solid player all around. The big reason I picked him up was because of his versatility. He'll be playing midfield for us more often than not, but he can step back to defensive center back and defensive right back. About his only weak game is his technical skills. The 10 first touch, 10 marking, 11 tackling are kind of the passing is a little bit on the good side. The technique is nice. So, 25 years old. He's not going to get any better, I suspect. 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. So, you know, if this was a long-term thing, I would probably look to keep him for a couple of years and then move on. And then Ive Kitanovsky, who we talked about earlier, going out on loan. He came in for 1.6 million. A youngster, 19 years old. I sent him out because I wanted him to get a lot of first-team playing time. I knew if I kept him here, he wasn't going to get it. He'd be part of the rotation. And even though we are playing a lot of games this season because we're in European football, he wouldn't get the amount of playing time I want him to get. So we sent him out on loan. And I think, you know, if he has a solid season, I'd be happy with that. Physically, he's got room for improvement. Mentally, he's got room for improvement. Technically, he has a lot of room for improvement. For the moment, he's 6'3" with a jumping reach at 18, a heading at 10. I would like to see that improve. His marking and tackling are nice. Everything else about him, it's solid, but, you know, I'd be happier if so, like, off the ball and teamwork and things like that came up. But he's a long-term project, and I'll be the first to admit that. But I like his potential. He's got 4-star potential ability. That's why I paid as much for him as I did. And even though I did pay that much, if we take a look at our finances, we still got 3.9 million. We'll call it 4 million euros in the transfer budget. We've got, good grief, 65,000 euros of wiggle room in the payroll budget. So we're doing well there. Monetarily, we're doing well as a club. Financially, we're in the red. We've shown a profit every year. We've lost money every once in a while, but usually the European football winnings more than make up for that. If we look at the club, we still have a national reputation. We have secure financing, state-of-the-art training facilities, excellent youth facilities. Those just got downgraded. Actually, what I should probably do is ask the club for an upgrade, except I am not seeing that as an option, so we will just wait until it is an option, and we will ask. The schedule's gotten off to a really good start. Again, we had Champions Cup qualifying, and that has pretty much been our preseason. We played friendlies against Lokomotiva and Besa Vlazrim. Besa Vlazrimi Shlupkan. Okay? And Akademika Pandev. And we absolutely destroyed them all. The Pandev game was fun to watch. And then in the Champions Cup qualifying path, let me scoot this over here a little bit. First qualifying round, we absolutely destroyed Kukeski, 14-0 on aggregate. Then we played Stoya Bucharest in the second round. I almost about fell out of my chair when I saw this because they are a good squad. They're a bigger squad. They have a very solid team. And the fact that we were playing them in the second qualifying round either speaks to how poorly they've been doing as a club. And keep in mind, this is a team that's won the Champions League. They won the Champions League back in 88 or 89, I want to say. They're one of the few Eastern, if not the only Eastern European team to win a Champions League. Where did they finish last year? They finished second. Why did they get Champions League and Dinamo Bucharest got? Because they won the playoff finals. So Romania is obviously, yeah, they're down to 37th. That's why Stoya Bucharest ended up in the second round of the qualifying. we held our own against them. The first game was 4-2. It was a fun game to watch. Tuda had a goal. Ilievsky had a goal. Or Ilievsky had a brace of goals, rather. Markovsky had a goal. And then in the second match at the away, and then in the away portion of the round, we beat them 2-0. Markovsky goal, Carlos Gabriel goal. He is now freaking 4.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential ability going to 5. Yeah, you can't really tell there, but it is definitely a little bit darker. So I did download the new GAN face pack finally. It's a bit late in the save, I realized that, and got some faces loaded. Some of them decided to load, others didn't. I haven't quite figured it out, but this late into the save with FM23 being announced, I'm not too worried about it. It is September 12th today when I'm recording this. So hopefully this will be posting right before FM23 comes out. And actually, the end of the series should be posting right before FM23 comes out, if I planned it right. Lately, we all know how my plans have gone. Custer had better plans than I did. Today, our European run could come to a quick end. We're playing Partizan in the Champions Cup Path 3rd round qualifying. So I want to have a solid game. I just want to do well, and if we get past them, we get past them. If we don't, it's down to the Euro Cup. But I think Partizan is a good test for us as a club as to where we are right now. Let me get this out of the way here real quick. So, and this is the squad we're going to play. We're going to have Spasov on goal, Tasevsky, Markovsky, Serafimov, and Barty as the defensive back four. Markovsky, Carlos, and Todorov as the midfielders. Ilievsky is the attacking mid behind Tusha and Basevsky. And I suspect we're not going to play a lot of league games this year. We're going to do all the European games and probably cup games. And there might actually be a couple shorter episodes, or I might combine them into each other. One of the things I have to do is sit down tomorrow and figure out editing for the rest of the year. I've been trying to get 3 uploads a week, and most weeks it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Other weeks it's been Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but we'll do what we can when we can. So I do have saves for FM23 planned out. One save for the beta and another save. It's going to be long term. I'd like to try doing a little bit more experiments. I'm going to start doing more on the blog as well. Thinking about doing a personal save offline and talking about it there. A half hour in, it's been a very quiet game. There's been no highlights, and I said that out loud, so of course we have a highlight. Barty on the throw-in. Todorov back to Barty. He's dispossessed by Vardar. Vardar to Milanovic. Rosik's there, and he absolutely buries it. I don't know what Barty was doing dwelling on the ball. He was just absolutely dispossessed by Vardar. Milanovic to Rasic. Looks like Spasov dived just to get out of the way of the ball. Probably a smart move, all things considered. Markovsky, Gabriel, Basevsky, up to Ilievsky, back to Basevsky. He feeds Tusha. It's knocked away, and Arneson just knocks it out of bounds. Sitting a little bit further back. I'm going to have to take a look at the lines here. It's halftime. I'm going to push the line up a little bit. And go to the attacking. Headed away. Vera knocks it. Up to Knezovic. He centers it to Jakovic. Back to Terzic. Puric. Lofts it. Markovsky. Oh, it heads back and forth. Vardar ends up with it. Terzic. Dakovic. Todorov just absolutely shoves him. Are you freaking kidding me? You saw it as well as I did. Todorov literally did that. Son of a gun. Gonna make a couple of subs here. We're gonna bring Oda on for Todorov. He'd have picked up an injury. Did not see that. We'll bring on Nikolovsky. Birch. Arneson. Pentelik, he breaks out right. Spasov, a nice save. Was a weak shot, but still. Basevsky gives the ball away. Pantovic backheel pass to Turich. Terzic. Oh, bad start. Got right behind the defenders. And oh, they're saying he was offsides. Crossed it in. Oh, Spasov, a very nice save. I did get a new webcam. This is a Razer Kaio that I'm on now. I like it because it actually films at 60 FPS as opposed to my 6-year-old Logitech. Seraphim. Oh, man. Of course, having the new webcam means you get to see me react in higher quality, which is probably a good or bad thing depending on your point of view. Stuff like that is just... It looked like Vardar tried going for the foul. What the heck was Spasov doing? Other than flailing at air. This was a decent match up until about the 50th minute. Terzic to Mora, knocked away. Arneson, Panelich. Back to Arneson. Gets it to Dakovic. Up to Terzic. Terzic to Panovic. Dakovic to Terzic. Dakovic. Vera there is playing keep away. Vardar. Oh, nice defensive. Oh. Unreal. It was a really good play by the defender. The number 19, whoever that is. Serafimov. Which was right there. Like I said, this was a really good game until about the 55th minute. Flipping real. That was painful. Tusher pulled a groin muscle, so he's out for the next match. Markovsky's out for the next match. We'll save the game here real quick. We're going to play Tickfest offline, and then we'll come back for the home portion of our game against Partizan. Hopefully we can actually put the ball in it, make them earn this victory, as opposed to just like, you know, rolling over and dying. So back in a bit. Well, I'm not going to say the game against Tickfest was easy. We did beat them 2-0. Basevsky a goal off a penalty kick. Ilievsky a goal. It was actually a really nice goal from Ilievsky. It was just one of those where my expectations are too high for the squad. I mean, you look at it. I mean, everybody was 7+ or higher, but it's just one of those things where we didn't get a lot of highlights. And I think that really affects how you view a game as well. As a matter of fact, I know it affects how you view a game. I think there were maybe 6 or 7 highlights the entirety of the match. I mean, granted, 2 of those were goals. A couple were corner kicks. One was a throw-in. And then it was like, you know, I mean, the game itself was literally over in 3 minutes. So, at least in real life, it was over in 3 minutes. You just kind of get invested into it, and you think, okay, my guys really didn't do all that well. I mean, you know, you're thinking, oh, hey, I got 8 goals earlier in the season, followed by 6, and I had 7 goals in a friendly against Lokomotiva. You know, and we've roundly thumped Tickfest in the past, so obviously my standards are way, way too high, and Partizan's going to absolutely thump us here and bring me back down to earth. If not, dig a hole and put me a few feet under it. So we got Spasov on goal, Tasevsky, Markovsky, Serafimov, and Barty as the defensive back four. Todorov, Gabriel, and Oda as the midfielders. Ilievsky and Basevsky. Ilievsky is the attacking mid, Basevsky and Demi up top as the strikers. Part of me wonders if I shouldn't sit Todorov down, and that's what I'm going to do. Except I need to make sure I bring on Blazevsky instead of Mitev. 4 goals down. Can we come back? Adanovich. Whoa, the header. 3 minutes in the match. Gee. I got a job offer from Cologne. I turned that down. One FC Cologne in Germany. I turned that down. Oh. Terzic. Kuznevich, Dakovic, Dave, Mora, back to Terzic, Juric, Dakovic, come on guys, Arneson, breaks right, driving forward, holds it up, centers it. What is that path he took? What the hell is Spasov doing? Radanovic. I think Spasov may have gotten a hand on. That. Mora off the header. Feeds Rasic. He holds it up, turns around. Arneson's there. Deflected. Knocked away. Mora runs it down. Turns to Dakovic. Back to Terzic. And the highlight ends. 13 shots. 5 on target they've had. Radanovic from distance. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here? Has there been at least one offensive highlight with us where we're like actually shooting the ball? No, and it doesn't appear that this is going to be one either. Blazewski. Back to Markowski. All the way back to Spasov. Spasov to Markowski. Blazewski all the way back to Spasov. Bombs it forward. Ilievsky ends up with it. Gabriel. Oh, he feeds Demi. Demi got by the defender. Rounds the keeper. And Nevicic, a very nice save. And again, a nice save off the near post corner. I have the press on, and my guy's backing up. Spasov, a desperation save. It was a desperation save, let's be honest. That was a desperation save. Kuznevich. Dakovic gets the carom, and the highlight ends. And it's halftime, mercifully. Holy cow. I don't know that I have enough bottles in the locker room. I don't care that they're demotivated. Nevich. Mora heads it in. Headed wide right by Vera. Oh, come on, guys. Vardar to Mora. No one there to stop him. Serafimov. Are you kidding me? Well, if he was as frustrated as I am, I can see the reason for the push, but come on, let's be smart about it. We're getting thoroughly dominated. I'm going to rename our stadium the Woodshed because after practice, I'm going to take the squad out behind it and just freaking beat them. Oh, wow. The post made more saves than my keeper has. It's annoying when you're on this side of the scoreboard. I think that's the hardest save Nevicic has had to make the entire series. Oh, look, we stole the ball. Oh, look, we gave it back. Okay. Dodged a bullet there. Dakovic, Panovic. Oh, jeez. How do you say redheaded stepchild in Macedonian? And we give the ball away. Oh, Panovic gets the header. Oh, and he pushes it wide right. They're just that much better than we are. I mean, look how fast Milovanovic got on the ball. Part of me wonders if not interviewing for the Sheffield United or the Cologne job was a good career move. That is just... Look at all the yellow cards. Unreal. Unflipping real. 10-0 we got beat on aggregate. That is not what I call doing well in the Champions League. And now it looks like we're playing Valorenga in the Euro Cup. And they know they're a pretty difficult team as well. I think we've played... It's literally been about 2 weeks since I sat down to play this particular save. I've been doing some experiments and some other stuff, some FM23 prep stuff. And to be honest with you, I kind of needed a break from it. And then I had some other issues going on, work and medical issues, nothing serious. I may have mentioned in the past, I had elbow issues in this hand here, which is fine because I'm right-handed. But 10-0 on aggregate. Where's the, you're 31 years old, you know better than to act like that in a game. I could have sworn we've played them before. Yeah, we played them last season. We beat them, and then we beat Linfield. No, we lost to them. We lost to them. And then we beat Linfield and got the Euro Cup. And then got knocked out of the Euro Cup. Oh, picture rearrangements, scheduling rearrangements. So the training calendar here. Now we're playing them next. We got Bork. I'll play them offline. We'll come back for the next episode. Holy cow, this episode was a disaster. It's like those bad disaster movies from the 70s. I realize I'm dating myself by saying that, but it's like, you know, or the old Gary Larson Far Side. I'm dating myself with that too. You know, the bus on fire floating down a river headed towards a water. No, the building on fire floating in a river headed towards a waterfall and an earthquake, and the building says disaster, you know, headquarters, disaster preparedness headquarters sort of thing. We got absolutely raffle stomped. Raffle stomped. There's no other way to put it. 10-0 on aggregate? I would like to think like my under 19s would have scored at least a goal. I mean, they at least have the potential to. Everybody just crapped the bed that game. I mean, full on Amber Heard crapped the bed. And now we're playing Valorenga, who beat us last year. I mean, we beat them the first game, but then they scored 4 on us away. And just... And the other thing I am quite peeved about, and I didn't catch this earlier, is that I have almost no depth at left back. And... $2 weeks to solve it in because the transfer window is closing. So that's what I'm going to do before we play Valorenga. Hopefully find another left back. Man, that was painful. I didn't like seeing what I saw. I suspect you guys didn't like seeing what you saw. But if you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments. There should be a few of those. Leave those down below. I'll answer as fast as I can. My name's FM22, and I thank you for watching.